Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football on EA Sports.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Ready.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off play action. Herbert under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Stop, baby! Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give him the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there? Because I was. I definitely was.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Another loss.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Touchdown, Chicago! A 77-yard punt return as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They get the stop defensively, force the punt. They score without their offense even stepping on the field.
I remember playing on special teams and teasing the guys on offense. Look, you don't even worry about it. You guys just hang out over there. We'll bring this one all the way back and get the points we need. In this case, they actually got that done.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
60 outlaw.
At the 26-yard line.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Ready? 10-2 stop.
Single. I got a single on the slot.
From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert. And he's got his man Hilton. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
Go now. 18 Gator.
Let him know.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt.
Take the creeping.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, it's Hunt. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago. Really, it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
Let's go. 30
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
The 32-yard line.
Back to throw. Herbert. He completes it to Tate. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
90, Wolf. Recon, 132 fighter.
First down.
Let's go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Get him, boys. Yeah, that's how we do
And that
this.
is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. 8 yards here, so that gets him back within striking distance. And now it's 3rd down.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Let's go.
Game situation. Let's go.
Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Get it.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Sack.
And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice,
Right here,
the
guys.
easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. He'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Parker the intended target, but now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
Very quickly here, and that's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Check, butt set. Check.
Here's 2nd and 8.
You ain't going nowhere.
And this is caught at the 8. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. In for the score as the Bears push further out in front. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Bears 14.
So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This will be taken short. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abukum. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago.
51.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll set up a throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st.
Box track.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Looking to throw. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
We're going to shut you down. We're going to shut you down.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot. And that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through.
Yeah, it might go by feel if they have a really good first drive.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Going to look deep for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there. Ready?
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Let's go now.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Ready, go.
On play action, they'll throw. Gonna look deep for Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it and we'll see. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Oh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
High 7, let's go.
Mark 55, Mark 55.
Let's go.
They'll throw now on the final play. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
Good work, boys. Let's go, let's go.
So you want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Bears 16, Lions 3.
Our starters likely to be out there for the 3rd quarter as we get back underway in this 2nd half. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Wilson's got it complete. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll look to throw. And Wilson has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They're going to look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to let one go deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. It was Quincy Williams with a tight coverage there.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Ready. 15 Lonnie, 15 Lonnie.
They go play action here on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Sack, baby! Sack, baby!
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lamb. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
60 Pittsburgh! Come to my word!
They'll set up to throw.
Check 26, check 26.
Throw left side complete. That's Lamb. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down, right around the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. So they converted their first 2 4th down attempts, not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that 3rd one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
You remember me? You remember me?
Ready? They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic. Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Looking to throw. Herbert. And he's going to go down again.
This This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here comes Cohen. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10.
Set, 90, pull. You're out. See, we got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
On 1st down, he'll drop the throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Frank Clark bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Back now at Ford Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Let's go, touchdown,
baby. A big play there. 55. Yards as the Bears push further out in front. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. They go with the option on the 2-point try, and the decision to pitch it worked out.
Almost felt like basketball, didn't it? Remember, it was the dribbler, draw, drive, and dish. How about that one? Drew everyone to him, dished it to the running back. He takes it in.
This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go!
And Detroit getting set to go now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not on the team anymore. I just cut it. All right?
So defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 70 yards. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
An ideal beginning. The drive there is they'll get 20 and a 1st down. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Big series right here. So we got to step it up.
Back to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up second down.
Tight end's right. Hey. 4 down. Shift. Ready.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. It's a gain of 35.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Ready, go.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. From 17 yards out as the Bears push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Mike 54. Here we go, D. He's checking. Crash. Ready.
They'll look to throw again. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you describe it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
This will be taken short. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
Let's go.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
2nd and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 30 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. The tackler almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Tucker. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Back to throw here. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
He's got it at the 15. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A big play there. 47 yards as the Bears push further out in front. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This will be taken very short. Fighting through. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
See how they handle the waning moments of this one. And now this is Hilton on the receiving end. Here's the 2nd and 7. And the catch made by Hilton. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Let's go.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. He'll drop to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He's going to. And this is caught. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. 2nd and 10. This will be caught at about the 5. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. One final shot. They'll look to throw. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from Detroit.